everyone, welcome to the show on a brand new Monday morning. I saw you last time on Friday and now it's the beginning of the week again. The weekend has just gone by, I guess, but it's always great to have all of you here with us on the show every morning. And of course, here at Good Morning Sri Lanka, we always try to bring you the best of what's happening all around the country, and of course some little tips and insights on how you can improve yourself and how you can make yourself a more confident person. And that's very important for all of us, because sometimes our self-esteem can take a real hit when we're not able to communicate our ideas properly in a way that other people can understand. And there's also a fact that we're going to address today, and this is we're addressing everyone's number one fear according to so many surveys that have been done. And I'll give you a small hint that number one fear is not death. So we're here to address that small problem, and I'm not going to do that for you. We have an expert to do that for you on the show this morning. She's been with us on the show twice already, so we can call her a bit of a veteran here on Good Morning Sri Lanka. She is a motivational speaker as well as a self-development coach and author, and she's here on Good Morning Sri Lanka with us to help you get over a very fear that really nags all of us at some point in our lives, and but again, it's something that we can get over. So we have with us on the show this morning Dr. Dheena Sadik. Good morning, Dr. Dheena.
Good morning, Amaya.
It's really great to see you again. Now, I know that you had a show with Anupama as well as Jason, but this is the first time I'm meeting you. So it's lovely to meet you. How are you this morning?
I am great.
All right, and do you usually start out your morning all motivated?
Yes, I should walk the talk. Being the person who, motivates others. So I try my best.
Now you're actually a medical doctor.
Yes.
And you've been trained, I'm assuming the MBBS and all of that is there. But how come you took this 180-degree turn and now you're doing something in a completely different line, I would say?
Yes, it's a long story, but in a nutshell, what I realized was that in medical school, a lot of people, or rather the patients, are usually coming to you not because there's something really wrong with them, but it's due to their lifestyle, as I explained last time. So it was the lifestyle that led them to making choices which made them eventually unhealthy. So in that sense, what I realize is that there are plenty of doctors to do the great job of taking you from the negative to the normal level. So who's going to take you from this normal level to a positive level of living your life to the fullest? And that's where I come in.
So you're not just a normal doctor, you're a doctor who can make someone's life extraordinary.
Hopefully.
Of course. So now, I said earlier that everyone's number one fear is not death, according to so many statistics that have been taken from all over the world. Maybe you can tell us what the number one fear is.
Yes, well, when I started off with the training and various seminars, I usually like to touch on the fears, because usually it's our fears that hold us back from achieving our greatest capabilities in life. And surprisingly, what I found was it's not death, it's not illness, it's not even financial insecurities. But can you take a guess on what it might be?
And now that would be a very unfair guess. I kind of already know what this is, but it's okay. I'll say that I don't know. Public speaking.
Yes.
No, I knew that already. But public speaking is really more than death.
Yes, public speaking in front of an audience is known as the number one fear around the world. Not just in Sri Lanka or Asia, but around the world. And it's so interesting because there's one speaker who said that the person who would be giving the speech at a funeral would rather be the person in the coffin, considering it's a higher fear than death itself.
So you'd rather be in the coffin than giving the speech at the funeral. Wow, that kind of puts it into perspective. But of course, now before we go into the importance of public speaking and why it's something that everyone should inculcate, let's talk about how you got interested in this particular field yourself.
Well, to begin with,
you mentioned your patients, of course, but then later on when you came back to Sri Lanka?
Yes. Well, to begin with, I went through I would say an unorthodox or unplanned public speaking training myself. Frankly, I didn't go through any training per se, as in like now you have Toastmasters training and various courses and programs that are conducted. But in my case, I didn't go through any of that. But it was kind of completely unplanned because in medical school I was forced to pretty much host most of the shows we had.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and we also had debating competitions and
so before that
forth.
you were not really into public speaking at all, were
Well, I did take part in a few competitions here in Sri Lanka when I was schooling at Lyceum International, but on a regular basis, no.
Wow.
I
So
didn't really have any kind of training.
kind of pushed into the deep end and asked to
Yes.
swim, wasn't it?
Yes.
But you learnt, and you learnt also the importance of public speaking,
Absolutely.
did you? Okay, and then you came back to Sri Lanka and you decided this is something you want to take up as a career?
Well, like I explained, you know, the route to going from medicine to motivation had many steps along the way, and it also led me to create the 4D model of success,
Okay.
which is a motivational program that I have developed, which I use in my trainings, which explains that the foundation of our success with the external relationships is based on the relationship you have with yourself.
Okay.
So basically the fourth dimension is the base of the triangle of a pyramid, where every other higher dimension is all the relationships you have outside of you,
Okay.
which can be people who are at the same level as your friends and colleagues, people who are above you like your higher authorities, your boss and your seniors, and also those below like your juniors. So all of these are based on the foundation, that the relationship you have with yourself.
And do you believe
So-
that public speaking is something that can really tie all of this together?
Yes, because it is about having the confidence at the end of the day. So when I initially created the 4D model, what happened is that I was requested to make different themes of it. And what I found was that some of the participants and some of the students attending the program said, we want to learn to speak better.
Okay.
And we want to be able to have the confidence. Why don't you give us some of your tips? And I thought, rather than just giving them whatever I felt was my experience, why not design something exclusively for public speaking and teach them the A to Z of public speaking and everything that takes to be a great speaker.
Okay, and you believe that it's important to get training, is it?
Yes, I think that it's a great opportunity for those who can go through some kind of training from somebody who has already been through that mill.
Yeah, okay.
You know, because what normally happens is you have to become a better speaker through experience, of course. It takes years and years, and by getting somebody to mentor the whole experience of it, you can cut to the chase and maybe avoid so many mistakes and do those things which have been known to be renowned throughout the world, which makes you a great speaker.
All right, so it is an XYZ formula maybe that's personalized for you to become a great public speaker. And of course, if you stick around right after the break, we might be giving you a few insights about how you can improve your day-to-day public speaking as well with Dr. Dheena Sadik. So stay with us, we'll be right back after the break.